How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Farmmi. So we saw on Friday, it ended up having a red day. But at the same time, as far as the technical setup is concerned, I still feel like there's a lot more left in this play, and I'm going to talk about it further inside this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance, what it's looking like in regards to a bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know, are shorts still heavily vested inside of this play? This is key because it does have an impact on the stock. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. What was happening on the Friday? Were institutions loading up on shares? Was there a lot of selling on the retail side? We're going to find out. And then when all of that is done, I'll go into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for FAMI. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at 33 cents, being down 2.50%. On the low, it tested 33 cents, and then on the high, testing 35 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 75.126 million shares, and then the average volume over 10 trading days being at 201.049 million shares. So we did have well below the average when it came to volume, but I still feel like we've been holding up very well. Now, when we take a look at the 1 year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is right in the middle. It is right at 50. And when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, we are below the 200 day, we're below the 100 day, we're also below the 50 day, but you know what? We're hanging right on that 21 day EMA. So what I'm seeing from FAMI is consolidation. Let's be real here. So we ended up having, you know what? We had a big time gap over here. And then after we started seeing a lot of momentum, now we're cooling off. So one thing that you want to see a continuation of is it holding down this area of 33 cents. It's been trading in this range for quite some time. So what you want to see is this continuing so we can look forward to seeing a spike where we have a clear area of resistance right at the 100 day, which is around 40 cents. I know on the week you saw resistance levels at 35. We also saw resistance levels at 38 and so forth. But again, things are still looking good for FAMI. The only time where I'll start being kind of bearish or I may not want to look at this play unless it breaks through 30 cents. At that point, I am not going to watch it. But for the most part, as far as the range that it's in, I'm liking it. And again, just gives more people the opportunity to actually consider it if they want to get into it. So what we want to see is a continuation of seeing it hold up 33, 32 cents, and then look forward to seeing that move going to 40 cents, which I believe can happen really soon. So keep this on your watch list. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Farmmi. So we can see for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 49.05. And then for the dark pool short volume just being over 25.7 million shares. Scrolling down further, we can see from the short shares availability, it is at 4.6 million, updated 2 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow free rate, it is at 8.10%. As we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for the close of the 14th, which was last week Thursday, it was 49.12. And then as far as for October the 15th, which was on the Friday, it is at 49.05. So FAMI does continue to have short squeeze potential. Normally what we look for is 21% or higher, and FAMI has more than doubled that. And this is why I say a parabolic move is much needed. We need to have that buying pressure coming through the stock so we can get to those price levels that we're looking for. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Farmmi. So we could see on the inflow, it was 5,114. And then on the outflow, it was 7,479. So clearly that is an outflow day there. Now, when we see the breakdown on the large, we had 485. On the medium, we had 3,142. And then on the small, we had 1,487. Taking a look at the outflow side on the large, we had 7 798. Then on the medium, we had 4,662. And then on the small, we had 2,019. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for October the 15th, for the Friday that just passed, ended up having an outflow negative 313.46. So taking a look at this overall breakdown, you can see we had a surplus in outflows in every single category. And you can see for the past 5 trading days, it's been outflow days. And what really does impress me though, as far as the price is concerned for Farmmi, it has been continuing to trade in a very tight range. So even though we had all of these outflows, the stock has been stabilizing itself, and it's part of the reasons why I want to make sure you guys keep this one on your radar. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Farmmi, I'm going to continue to keep this play on my radar, and the main reason being is we could see it's built up some very strong support right at the 32-33 cent range. So if it's able to continue this consolidation, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing a strong pop. We know as far as areas of resistance are concerned, we have it around 38 cents. We also do have it at 40 cents. And yes, there is some difficulty around that 35-cent level, but again, I see that as temporary. So the main focus is getting to 40. If we can get past 40, that's where we look forward to seeing some momentum. And I know it's going to be bringing a lot more traders inside of the play. But keep in mind, if the volume is not high, then of course there will be some profit taking if FAMI's making that move close to 40 cents. I want to make sure I'm being very clear here. And then when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. So that's what I was saying. If we have volume, we have buying pressure coming into the stock, we can look forward to seeing some fairly strong moves in upside. And this is part of the reasons why I emphasize you want to do your homework and as well as your due diligence. And if you are going to be inside of this play, just know as far as traders are concerned, they're scalping this thing like crazy. So you want to make sure you're maximizing your entry point. You just don't want to be buying at the highs or just buying randomly. You want to make sure you're buying at an entry price where, you know what, this is fairly close to support and there's not much risk here. As far as for keeping Farmmi on the radar, I will take it off my radar if it falls below 28-29 cents. But for the most part, as long as it continues to hold up 30, I don't mind the consolidation. I think I mentioned that already, but I want to make sure I'm being very clear here. So I can't wait to see how Farmmi performs on Monday and as well as for the rest of the week, and you guys can count on me to keep you updated. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.